Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some absolutely massive news to talk about coming out of the world of the LCS. I know so many of you people are here for like breaking news, coverage of stories, all that stuff, and I know the offseason is totally fun with that and people get excited. That's when we get all our views, subs, and stuff. But during the season, there's just kind of less news. There's not as many breaking crazy stories. It's more about talking about storylines, conversations, interviews, what's happening on the Rift, that type of stuff. But today, a massive story coming out of TSM revolving around their GM, long-time TSM member, GM, head coach. Seems like he's worn every different hat in the organization, Parth. And what's going to be going on with his future. A ton of people have been critical of him, skeptical about his future with TSM, whether or not they should fire him, move on from him, replace him, what exactly is going on. And today we learned a big deal about what's going to be going on in his future. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I'd appreciate that a ton. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out the merch, first link in the description below. With that being said, let's jump into it. Here it is. This shocked me. Somebody DM'd me this. Well, they didn't DM me this from TSM because then, I would have known. But they DM'd me the first part from Parth's Twitter account, and I thought it was fake. I had to check and see if it was like, evil Parth or something like that. Because he tweeted out this. He said, "Tomorrow is my last day at TSM. It's been an absolute privilege working alongside so many talented and hardworking people and to contribute my part in TSM's growth over the past 7 years." 7 years. That is absolutely insane. I mean, yes, like looking back now, he has been there forever, but man, those times have flown as well. Just thinking back to all my memories of TSM and everything. Yeah, Parth's been there for all of it. He says, "Thank you for the incredible memories and friendships I will cherish forever." And then, yeah, I mean, he posts, the 2016 TSM team, just an absolutely legendary team with him alongside. Tons of other stuff as well. Him and Peter winning some trophies. Him and I think that's Svika rocking the shades. Him, BB, just so many legendary players, moments, teams, all that stuff. And then he posted this video. I haven't watched this video yet. It's like 3 minutes long. I do want to watch his kind of farewell, departure, whatever video. Every once in a while, TSM demonetizes my videos when I react to their content. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And then give some of my thoughts and opinions on this, because this is crazy. This is shocking. Like I said, I truly did not believe it at first for a lot of different reasons. But let's see what he has to say. Maybe it'll provide some context. Maybe it'll give us some more information. Let's find out.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to announce that January 31st, this upcoming Monday, is going to be my last day at TSM. It's actually crazy how fast time has gone by. Remember at the time I was head coach, assistant coach, analyst, manager, friend, and kind of everything in between. Obviously, since then, TSM has grown a lot, and we've had like an amazing transition from where we were back in the day when I first joined to where TSM is now. And it's been one of the greatest honors of my life to take TSM from what it was back in 2015 to where we are right now. During my time here, I've gotten to work with countless incredible people, and I'm thankful for everything that we've kind of achieved together. Just to highlight a few, I want to thank Andy and Dan for bringing me on back in 2015. I want to thank Lena for kind of always being there for me to help me through my day-to-day or teaching me a lot about the industry. And finally, I want to thank Bjergsen for kind of being an inspiration to the people around him and always pushing both me, himself, and TSM in general to work a little bit harder.
I think that's crazy, and it's so weird because, when we think back to the legendary TSM years and teams and when so many people became TSM fans and what so much of the TSM brand means to so many people, maybe not some of their newer fans, but most of their fans are from, the last couple of years. You think Reggie, who's always a big part of this, and again, there's reports, rumors, and we've heard from the VP of esports for TSM that Reggie might have some kind of reduced role with the team this season. You think about Parth, like he said, analyst, assistant coach, head coach, manager, general manager. He's now out at TSM. Obviously, you know about Lena. She's out now, obviously. And then, obviously, I love, and he had to hit on Bjergsen as well because, a lot of Reggie's success and Parth's success, and obviously, Bjergsen's success is some thanks to them, but Bjergsen has done a lot for so many of these people's careers as well. Where would TSM be? Where would Reggie be? Where would Parth be as a head coach, assistant coach, analyst, general manager, whatever, without Bjergsen on all those teams as well? And obviously Bjergsen's gone. Those four people, the three people that he thanks and himself are now all, 3 of them are gone from TSM, and it seems like Reggie's taking a reduced role. This is crazy. This is a new, and I've said this so many times, when they lost Bjergsen, when Lena was leaving, when Reggie's taking a reduced role, it's a new era. But now Parth's gone too. It sounds cliche and it's overplayed, but it's a new era for TSM. This is truly moving in a different direction. This is not the TSM that a lot of people became fans with. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Just because this is a different team doesn't mean you can't like them anymore or whatever. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes the grass is greener. Sometimes you go in a better direction. But man, the TSM that a lot of people fell in love with, the names, the faces, the organization, the structure, that's not what TSM is anymore, for better or for worse. And some people are going to leave because of that. Some old fans are going to be excited because of that. And they'll get some new fans because of it. But man, are they ever going to reach the old heights of TSM? Are they ever going to be at that level ever again? I don't know. But the new people coming in are going to have some crazy high expectations to reach because, man, everyone is gone. Everyone is leaving.
I've been thinking about this decision for a long time. I spoke to Andy towards the end of last season about me potentially exploring other options or even kind of taking a step back to focus on my personal life. And I'll continue to help TSM in the next month or so if they need any help with the new folks that are coming on. I know that you guys are in good hands. We just brought on Dominic Callis, who's now the new VP of esports, and I know the initiatives that he's pushing forward at TSM are going to take TSM to the next level. And
really excited
a part of
about
me
that
is
guy.
a little bit sad that I don't get to work with him.
Hi everyone, I am Dominic Callis. I am the new VP of Esports here at TSM. I'm really honored to be taking on this role where I will be overseeing all of our esports initiatives. That's inclusive of League of Legends, all of our PC titles, our mobile titles, and our content creators. I know there is a long history here at TSM, and this is a big shoes to fill. And so really excited about joining the team and having an opportunity to be part of TSM's rich storied history. As Parth mentioned, he will be leaving here and leaving us shortly. I did everything in my power to try to keep him around for another year, but I'm really happy and excited for him to be able to go pursue some of his personal interests and going forward. Parth will continue to be working with me throughout the spring split and consulting with me and our new assistant GM, who will be joining shortly as we work through a lot of these changes and transitions. We are in good hands. Parth will continue to be a good storied part of the organization, and I will continue to reach out to him on a regular basis. I really do view Parth as, the Bill Belichick of the LCS. He's been here a long time. He was a big contributing part to a lot of our wins here at TSM, and he will be a big loss. But I think we're also very excited about the future at TSM and a lot of the cool things that we'll be accomplishing here in 2022 and beyond.
So I think that's really interesting. Obviously, Dominic Callis there says that, hey, they wanted to hang on to Parth. This is not like TSM firing him or forcing him out or anything like that, even though there's been a lot of people in the community who have said, hey, Parth needs to be held accountable for these last couple of years for TSM. If this team continues to consistently underperform and bring in new players who underperform and, constantly needs to have all these role changes and positional changes and player changes and staff changes and stuff, like, how does that not come back on the general manager? And I think that's a very fair question to ask. And I think that, obviously if Parth hadn't had such a storied past with the franchise and been such good, friends or close with Reggie or whatever, that, hey, maybe he wouldn't have been able to stick around as long. Because, again, TSM has been pretty rough over the past 4 years. But again, TSM was still trying to hang on to him. I think the timing of this is very interesting because, TSM is bringing in an assistant GM right now. Were they bringing in the assistant GM because they knew Parth was leaving? Then why not hire a real GM? I know that Dominic Callis has said he's going to have kind of an expanded role with the LCS team, and I didn't know that was because Parth was going to be leaving. But yeah, now I assume he's going to be taking over a lot of those general management duties until they either train the assistant GM up to a GM level or until they are able to bring in and hire somebody else. But I'm sure that's very hard to do mid-season. That's not when a ton of people are available. That's not when the top candidates don't have jobs and stuff. So really crazy. The timing is so weird. TSM was just starting this whole rebuild, and Parth and Reggie and everything were such a big part of that. Hey, we're gonna go get these young Chinese players. We're gonna go build around them. We have the Zoomer TSM lineup. We're excited about the future. Oh wait, 1 week before the season starts, peace out. Like, what? That's weird. That's crazy. That timing is so strange. And again, it was just shocking to me. But at the end of the day, again, we are really going to see, throughout the history of TSM, so many people have said, hey, Reggie stepping in and helping the LCS team all the time has held them back. That's been bad. Well, he's not going to do that anymore. So we'll get to see if TSM is better off or not without them. There's been so many people who have blamed TSM's international struggles and lack of winning overall on Bjergsen. He's an amazing player, but hey, he keeps falling short. He's the one constant in all these lineups. Well, hey, Bjergsen's gone, so now you'll get to prove yourself without Bjergsen. Hey, we think Parth is a bad GM. He sucks. He keeps getting us these bad players making these bad decisions. Well, hey, now Parth's gone as well. So now we're really going to get to see, was Reggie, was Bjergsen, was Parth holding this team back? Or are TSM fans, really going to miss a lot of these guys when they're gone? And hey, you're going to find out that, man, stuff could be so much worse. Even though TSM maybe hasn't been up to TSM standards over the past couple of years, that hey, yeah, some teams, look at CLG, look at some of these other orgs. Stuff can get way, way worse. So it's very, very interesting. Again, I'm very, very surprised that during this whole rebuild, right before they get all this stuff going and right before the LCS season starts, it doesn't really seem like opportune time. Obviously, yes, they just finished up the offseason or whatever, but now they're going to have new people coming in that, what if these new people don't share their same viewpoints about this rebuild or this future or whatever? Like, they might have to start completely over. That's going to be strange. That's going to be weird. I don't know. Also, I don't know. I think Parth was great at times for what he did. Obviously he was a part of all those great TSM teams, so many great TSM memories, like I said. I think he was like the perfect head coach for some of those TSM teams when they had, Bjergsen, Doublelift, these big personalities, these veteran players who didn't need a super hands-on coach. They just need somebody, to kind of manage them and provide structure and stuff. I think Parth was a great guy for that. But again, obviously those teams came up short from their goals ultimately. And then I think it's very, very fair to be critical of Parth's job as a GM over the last 4 years. And again, I do believe that most GMs probably would have been fired or let go had they had that kind of performance with TSM over the last 4 years. But Parth had a lot of success previously. He was able to ride off that, and he has good relationships with a lot of people. So I think it's kind of interesting. Parth is somebody that's going to be missed. It'll be interesting to see when we see him again in esports, if we ever see him in esports once again, if he returns back with TSM, if he moves on to some other kind of team. I don't know. It's also hard for me to kind of separate the difference between, how much was Parth being great and Parth being successful and Parth, really being a valuable player, and how much was Parth just being a part of some really great teams. He was on TSM when they were a cut above everyone else in terms of fan base, players, talent, resources, everything like that. And then as the other teams started to catch up, hey, all of a sudden TSM doesn't look so great. Parth doesn't look so great. So did Parth help TSM become so great, or did TSM help Parth look so great? I don't know. Either way, I think that's a fair question to ask. Obviously, recently Parth hasn't had the nicest things to say about me, so, I don't necessarily have the greatest viewpoint of him currently at this moment, and I've kind of been on board with a lot of the people, maybe not saying that Parth deserves to be fired, but at least questioning, hey, how good is this guy, and would TSM maybe be better going off in a different direction? So now we're going to find out, and it's going to be very, very curious. I think it's really, really exciting for everyone at TSM right now to be able to write their own chapter in this new book, fully removed from that old team. I think it's interesting that Reggie, Lena, Parth, Bjergsen all leave pretty much at the same time. And yeah, it's a new era for TSM, the team, the organization, the League of Legends team, the fans, and yeah, these next couple of years are going to be super, super telling. Is TSM able to stay on top? Are they still the most dominant team? Do they still have the biggest fans? Or is this a massive opportunity for some other team, some other organization, for some other people to rise up and take away some of those fans and some of the market share and some of the dominance that TSM has had? And where does that leave TSM? Does that leave them as a middle of the pack team, a bottom team, a good but not great team? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. There's so much to talk about here. I could really go on and on and on and on and on. But at the end, I do thank Parth for a lot of the things he's able to do with TSM. Ton of great memories. Some of my, favorite years being an esports fan was Parth as a GM, Parth as a coach, being involved with those teams. And yeah, definitely a smart, intelligent guy who's done a lot for the scene. But again, he's had some bad moments, some weird moments, some ups and downs. But we're going to miss him, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not TSM is better off without him. But that's pretty much everybody's video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think TSM is going to miss Parth? Do you think they're going to be better without him? Do you think it's going to be kind of the same old TSM? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.